How long was it till you ended up in prison after that relapse?
Weeks, because I went into Norwalk Hospital to get clean off of Xanax because I wanted off of everything. And I met the girl that died inside there. She was a writer and wrote lyrics. And I said, man, we should get together. We got along great. Got along great. When she got out, she had called me and said she was trying to kill herself that day. Can she come over? She had some lyrics and she'd love to sit down and play the piano. I really wasn't in the mood to do that, but I was like, sure. And she came over and I wanted to write some music with her, and she told me she was in pain and she wanted to get heroin because she was in so much pain. And I was like, I gave it up. I can't. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. And she says, if you don't get it, I'm going to go out and get it. If you don't, go get it for me. Now I'm in the middle of still detoxing from Xanax, so I'm not like thinking 100%. I'm not all sharp and on point, and I let her talk me into it. And I went. And I did go get it. And I came back, and hers had fentanyl, and mine didn't.
So from the moment she snorted it, how long does this all unravel?
5 hours.
So you guys are just sitting in your apartment?
We're hanging out, and then she got nauseous. She went to my bathroom, and I had a new apartment, my new condo that I bought, and so she was like, you know when you're nauseous and you put your head on the tile, how that tile feels on you, it's nice and cool. So she was like laying on that, and I gave her a Zofran under her tongue for nausea, and I just kept coming in and checking on her. And she had looked like she had fallen asleep on a pail, and I went to check on her, and I noticed blood coming out of her nose, and her lips were a little starting to turn blue, and I realized she wasn't breathing, and I called, and that's how it all started. And they arrested me for operating a drug factory because they said my house was too clean and I cleaned it and let her die. Like, that's how they wrote that up.
They arrested you that same night when the ambulance came?
No. They did. They said they sat with me. I was sobbing, and they said if it wasn't here, she would have done it somewhere else. It's a good thing most people drag the bodies out so they're not in trouble. I was like, oh my God, I would never. She's my friend, I would never think about that. And they were like, don't worry, I did not even know I was in trouble. 4 months later, I did a party for Governor Cuomo when people still liked him at the time, and I was coming back from New York City. I had designed a whole party for one of his campaigns. So I was coming back from Chelsea Piers that I had done it, and they told me it was just going to be a $5,000 drug charge. That's it, and just go down and pay it. So I went down to pay at the station. I went with a bondsman. I went with $500 in my bondsman. And we just I said, let me just take care of it right now. I stopped at a bondsman place, explained my situation. And I said, I have $500 on me. Can we just go take care of it? He said, sure. We walked over and they said, do you have $105,000? And I was like, nah, that's not me. What do you know? And they said, you're wanted for manslaughter.